When it comes to the sales charts, the Nintendo Switch 2, when that console was announced, especially with the pricing, people were up in arms and they were thinking that there's no way that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be able to sell as good at $450 as the Nintendo Switch 1 did at a far cheaper price, especially because it is an underpowered console when you compare it to the Xbox and the PlayStation, but it does have that portability factor. Looks like all the pricing, the complaining, and the bitching online that we did see has had no effect. The Nintendo Switch 2 is actually selling better than the Nintendo Switch 1. It's already reached 2 million units sold in the United States, which is a big feat because I believe, as they say here, it is actually selling 75% faster than the Nintendo Switch 1 console. And Matt Piscatello, who puts out these numbers every single month, says that hardware, Nintendo Switch 2 has now surpassed 2 million units sold in the US life to date. It is currently 75% ahead of the unit sales pace set by the original Nintendo Switch. And this is all at the more expensive price that the Nintendo Switch 2 does have. And you look at the launch lineup from a first party perspective, there were a lot of people saying that it was a terrible launch lineup and this would hurt the sales of it. Mario Kart World, and then a few weeks later, Donkey Kong Bonanza, both phenomenal games, but I think people were expecting more. If they do launch Metroid Prime 4 this year, I think overall that's a pretty strong first year because it's only half of a year, and having three major games like that to me is from the first party is a strong first year for the console. Either way, this thing has sold like crazy, and if Metroid comes out, it will sell even more. And then if we look at the best-selling premium games, the top 20 games, there is something here that continues to stand out on a monthly basis, and that is just how successful Xbox and Microsoft are right now as a publisher.